Hey, happy Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you and your family are about ready to sit down and break bread and enjoy that delicious butterball turkey and be thankful for your abundant blessings. We are all so fortunate to have what we have, and I'm sure, like me, thankful every day. Speaking of butterball, we had Janice Stahl on the Coons Cooking Hour last week. Butterball, hey, Google them. They're open right now, taking phone calls. There's all sorts of ways to get a hold of them. They even have a new number that you can text them at. So just so it doesn't get lost in the translation, Google Butterball, get all the information, and get all of your questions answered so you can have a splendid time. I love what the folks at Butterball do. Speaking of Coons Market, listen, they are all closed today. One of the wonderful things that the Dentisi family does, so all of their family and extended family, meaning their employees, can enjoy the day around the table like all of you. So on behalf of Joe Dentisi and Jody Zima and Patrice Sakuda and Frank Dentisi and everyone at Coons Markets, to all of you, a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. And it won't be long before we'll be enjoying the Feast of the Seven Fishes at the Coons Market on McKnight Road. Stay tuned for details, and Santa Claus getting ready to come to town. And it's going to be really a special Christmas Eve because that also happens to be the first day of Hanukkah. I have my menorah ready to go, and we'll be lighting each and every one of those candles for you for the 8 days that is Hanukkah. So really excited about the holidays that are fast approaching. Now, what else? Hockey. I think after that loss to the Rangers, Sidney Crosby said, enough already. And he really got it going at Madison Square Garden. Ended up with 2 goals. Also, Matt Murray, 16 saves. Also, finding the net, Scott Wilson, Connor Sheary, along with Phil Kessel and Matt Cullen. Pens are now 2 points behind the Metropolitan Division leading New York Rangers. And Mike Sullivan says that's as good of a game that they have played all year. And they're back in action tomorrow afternoon at 4 at Minnesota. But Thanksgiving wouldn't be Thanksgiving without football. And our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. I love that logo. I love the Rooneys, and I love that franchise. More on them in a moment. But if you're heading out to Grandma's house and you're driving around, or maybe you're just relaxing in another part of the house, a little quiet time, don't forget to flip on News Radio 1020 KDKA. Why? Westwood One Radio this afternoon, 4:30. Got a good one for you. The 9-1 Cowboys. This game also going to be seen on Fox. They're going to try to become 10-1 for the first time since 2007. Dak Prescott, right now, vying for the league's MVP. Skip Bayless, of course, undisputed. You see him on Fox 1. Well, guess what? He is saying it and pounding his fist as he does when he gets excited on the table. He said, look, this kid is playing the best football of his life, and maybe any quarterback right now in the NFL, and I have to agree with him. He's accounted for a ton of touchdowns, 17 in the air, and he's rushed for 4. And how about the other rookie from Ohio State, Ezekiel Elliott? This kid is leading the league in rushing right now, 1,102 yards. So that's going to be a good one. Fox is where you can find it, and also Westwood One Radio on News Radio 1020 KDK. Now, coming up later tonight on NBC, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, 5-5, coming off that win against Cleveland, taking on the Colts, who will be without Andrew Luck. Scott Tolzien will be instead for him. They too 5-5. They're 1 game behind division-leading Houston. Steelers are tied with the Ravens at 5 apiece. Now listen, I know a lot of you are saying, well, Andrew Luck's not in. It should be a surefire win for the Steelers. All I know is Kevin Butler's been preparing for Andrew Luck. And now, last couple of days, they weren't sure, but they got the word that he's not going to go. So you got to rethink, re-strategize. So believe me, it ain't over till it's over. So enjoy that one tonight. Steelers and Colts on NBC. And by the way, my friend Jay Woolley going to open Woolley Bullies, Jimbo Klein, Jimmy K's in New Brighton, and the Corner Grill, the place that I grew up many years ago, just to give people a chance to come down and, hey, digest your pumpkin pie, have a couple of adult beverages, and watch the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nothing like football on Thanksgiving. I grew up with it, and having the Steelers is just an added bonus. Now, what else? College football going to be large over the next couple of days, and you have got these games coming up tomorrow. Friday, college football, Houston and Memphis, Boise State and the Air Force Academy, Nebraska and Iowa. That's the Heartland game. I love when those two schools get together. Washington and Washington State. and even Toledo in action tomorrow against Western Michigan. But then on Saturday at high noon, wow, you have got Jim Harbaugh and Urban Meyer, two legends in the coaching game, and great player was Jim Harbaugh back in the day in the National Football League. And Urban Meyer, of course, with his Ohio roots, Bowling Green. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Ohio State and Michigan, maybe one of the greatest rivalries in college football. And they're going to be battling for a share of the Big Ten East Division title and a chance to go to that championship game in Indianapolis next month. And obviously, what they're all thinking about is that berth in the college football playoff. So, going to be one that you will not want to miss. Going to be a great game at noon, Ohio State and Michigan Saturday. Michigan State and Penn State on Saturday at 3:30, and West Virginia also at 3:30, taking on Iowa State. You know, a lot of things have happened since senior Adam Bisnawati, young man who I have a lot of respect for, was a part of the Pitt Panther program back in the summer of 2012. Beautiful facilities, remodeled just about everything, new attitude, that new scripted, that old school logo. Pitt is back, absolutely love it, on that beautiful gold helmet. And James Conner overcame so much with his illness, and last week, into the record books, most touchdown rush by anyone in ACC history. He got number 53 in his incredible career. Well, coming up on Saturday, they will be wrapping up, he meaning that wonderful Adam Bisnawati and other seniors, their career as far as the regular season at home for Pitt. Please get out and support the blue and gold when they kick off at 12:30 against Syracuse. You can hear it on 93.7 The Fan. Zach Mahoney got sacked 8 times. He is the Syracuse quarterback last week by Florida State. But make no mistake about it, these two schools are rich in history, and they're both playing for a lot here. And I can't say enough about the job that Pat Narduzzi has done this year. Panthers have had a good one, and I just think it's the beginning of some great years to come. And it's always an honor to talk about the University of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Panthers. Now, something else that I incredibly think has just been wonderful success. Congratulations to the WPIL one more time for what they did with these new classifications. And by the way, all sorts of postseason awards being handed out, a laundry list that really was too long for me to mention. So please, locally, timesonline.com is where you can find out more. Those reporters do an incredible job for the Beaver County Times. That's where I get all my research from. Also, that wonderful app on my AT&T phone. So thanks to the Beaver County Times for continuing to get that information out. Absolutely love it. But at Joe Walton Stadium on Saturday, Don Rebel and the folks at MSA Sports are going to be carrying live streamed video at msasports.com is where you can find out more. It starts at noon. This is going to be a great 1A championship game. You have got Jeanette taking on Clairton. Going to be a good football game. I think a lot closer than people think. So make sure that you check that out at msasports.com. And then 6 o'clock, you have maybe one of the best athletes to ever come out of the WPIL and Paris Ford at Steel Valley. I think a team that could give anybody in any classification a run because they are a tremendous football team. And they're going to take on high-flying Neshannock, who's just continued to impress me all year with the way they put up points. So that's going to be a real slugfest and a shootout. But it's going to be both of those games at Joe Walton Stadium, the incredible campus at Robert Morris. And I must tell you, it's definitely something that you may want to consider visiting or definitely checking out on MSA Sports this weekend on Saturday. And I think that's just about it, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't miss anything. So I guess now I'm going to kind of go to work and, do the turkey thing. Gobble, gobble. Have yourself a great day. And don't forget, tomorrow I will be in for Mike Pintek. We got a lot of wonderful things lined up. And I definitely hope that you tune in at noon on behalf of all of us at News Radio 1020 KDKA. To you and yours, a very happy Thanksgiving.